Did you know that New England's first domestic violence agency and the second oldest in the nation is based in Somerville? Serving Greater Boston and beyond, Respond provides programs and services for more than 7,000 survivors of domestic violence each year through free, confidential, community and shelter-based services, providing a 24-hour crisis hotline and serving in Spanish, English, Cape Verdean, Creole, Portuguese, and French is only the beginning of how Respond serves the community. And to give us more details, we've invited Respond's Executive Director, Jessica Brayden, and along with her, we have Assistant Director of Programs and Services, Alana Sachs. Welcome to Urban Update. Thanks for coming in. Jessica, let me start with you. I bet most people don't even know how old the agency is.
They don't. They're very surprised to hear that we're celebrating our 40th anniversary this year.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I mean, talk to me about that. How did Somerville be the place, the beginning of domestic violence agencies here in New England?
So Somerville was a hotbed of activity back in the 70s, and 4 women who started our organization saw behavior that was happening in their neighborhoods. That husbands primarily were beating their wives was the pattern that they picked up on. And it wasn't called domestic violence yet. There was no hotline to call, obviously, because we have the first organization in New England, the second in the nation. And they got together and said, we're going to fix this. And they had very little reason to be successful. When you look back, they didn't have education or come from affluent means. Some of them were single parents. And what they did was open their homes to people who needed a safe haven. And that was the beginning of a lot of the protections that we have now, the shelter that we have now, the hotline that we run that helps people when they need someone to talk to about what domestic violence is and it isn't.
Wow, amazing. Now, Alana, tell me a little more about, I guess, the services that you provide and the population you serve.
Absolutely. So we talked a little bit about the hotline, and 24 hours a day, there's always a live person answering our hotline. We provide information, support, resources to anyone at all that is either dealing with domestic violence or has a question about domestic violence or needs support. We also have an emergency shelter where victims of domestic violence and their families can come and stay in a confidential location and receive 24-hour support, case management, housing advocacy, really any support that they need to help them get to their next step safely. We also do community services, which can include providing emotional support, running support groups, and helping someone plan for safety for their next step. We go out into the community and we teach on domestic violence, what it is, what it isn't, and how you access our services.
Okay. Now, Jessica, I know we've done many shows on domestic violence here in Urban Update. I guess, does the need for public awareness ever really stop when it comes to a subject like this, domestic violence?
I've seen people recognize the need for domestic violence prevention and intervention services, but they don't know where to find them. So we really need to do a good job of letting people know that Respond exists, that there is somebody to call, that we are here to help you work through any domestic violence related issue that there might be. It may be one that you're experiencing, it may be that you want to reach out to someone that you know and you don't know how the best way to do that, or it may be that you've witnessed a domestic violence incident and you're not sure what your next steps are.
Okay. Now, Alana, I guess you're in the middle of a very diverse community, being in Somerville. I guess, how important is it to reach domestic violence victims who do not speak English or are from another country?
I'd say it's important, but it's important to reach all victims of domestic violence. So we have an all-inclusive program where we serve not only women, but also men, trans women, trans men, people from same-sex relationships, from any community and any socioeconomic group, because domestic violence actually touches everybody. We do go out into the community and go into community festivals and let people know that we're here and how they can reach our services.
Now, Jessica, I understand you have a great hashtag, Purple for Respond. I guess, is social media important in what you do in combating domestic violence?
So social media is a great tool to let people know what domestic violence is and isn't and where to get services, especially with teens and the younger population. So we have a awareness program going on right now. It's Turn Heads for Domestic Violence, not turn your head to domestic violence, and hence my purple hair right here.
Okay, all right.
So we're pretty excited about that. We have a lot of people dyeing their hair purple and putting it up on our Facebook page.
Okay, very quickly, Alana, I guess you've got some, some recommendations, some tips for people to combat domestic violence that you'd like to get out there.
Absolutely. Learn what domestic violence is and what it isn't, and learn the warning signs, particularly things like isolation from friends and family and your support network. And learn how to reach out for help. Call our hotline at any time, day or night, to reach services and receive support. Sorry.
Okay, great. Jessica, and just to wrap things up, give our viewers just some information about where you're located, the best ways to contact you.
We're located in Somerville. Our community service center is there. They can reach us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through our hotline, which is 617-623-5900. We have a website, which they can visit at their leisure from their smartphone or any computer access. And we hope people reach out to us.
Okay, that's great. Jessica Brayden, Alana Sachs, thanks for coming in, and good luck with response, and congratulations on 40 years.
40 years.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Well, that's it for this edition of Urban Update. Before we go, a quick shout out to Ana Maria Restrepo, who has recently started watching. Thank you, Ana Maria. From all of us here at Urban Update, have a great Sunday, everyone.